Yo, welcome to an episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Hope you guys enjoy Friday Night Smackdown, Clash at the Castle. I'm getting to both of those. Got a lot to discuss. Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Give me feedback. Check out the reels, check out the shorts, check out me on Table Loves and Bumps. Check out the Superkick store. Check out this new artwork that I got. I got no one coming. Finally got it framed. I did an unboxing of, the pieces that I got. So I finally got one up. I got 3 more to put up. Let me know if I should get rid of this and put that somewhere else. What else? We got SmackDown coming to my hometown next Friday, so I'm gonna be there. Make sure you check me out. Spot me in the crowd. Comment below if you see me. Comment on one of my videos if you see me or whatnot. I'm gonna have some pictures, some videos, some footage, some content from there. What else? Nah, man, for the most part, let's get started with the show. Well, we start with SmackDown. Chelsea Green kicked off SmackDown, which was cool. And what was also dope that was Samantha Urban was in Scotland. And it seems like they also had added her announcing Chelsea Green as part of her entrance now, even though she's on SmackDown. So I thought that was cool. One of my biggest takeaways just from them being in Glasgow, Scotland, was that once again the overseas crowd completely makes the U.S. crowd look like trash. They just bring a different amount of energy. Scotland was no different than Friends, even though I still think Friends was crazier, maybe just slightly height wise, different chance, but the crowd in Scotland, the fans in Scotland, definitely had a lot of energy in them. They was turned up. They was excited for WWE. They was excited for Clash of the Castle. They was excited for their people from the country to be seeing their people, Piper Niven, the Union, and also obviously Drew McIntyre. They're honored and proud to have their home country wrestlers come back. So it was great to see that. Another question that I think is popping up just from watching SmackDown is that at some point I think we're going to see Nick Aldis in the ring. I thought it was going to happen with him intermingling or messing around with the bloodline when Roman Reigns was head of it. But I feel like at some point, maybe not a full wrestling match, but I think that might get to the point too. But definitely he's going to get attacked. Beefing with out of the Phantasma, beefing with the Bloodline 2.0. I think it's going to be Bloodline 2.0 at some point. And I think that's what is needed from them to really show that ruthless side of them. That's kind of been missing what I've been saying, the last couple of weeks. But I think it's going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you think it's time for Nick Aldis to get a guy? Who's going to get him? Is he going to get somebody? Let me know. I'm going to wait to do my super kicks of the week because I'm going to go back and forth. Back to the crowd again. Glasgow, the Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, something like that. That's what they were doing. But we had the face-off between AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. AJ Styles came out and he was spitting fire. Talking about he quit every spot promotion that he's been at before. New Japan, AEW, WWE, everywhere he's been a quitter, and it's crazy how AJ Styles was coming at him about that. And then Cody Rhodes, surprisingly to me, was able to fire back. Call him a fake Mark Henry, talking about the suit, the fake retirement scheme that AJ Styles had pulled a couple of weeks ago. So that was a good face off. Didn't resort into a scuffle like most of them do. Did he resort into a scuffle? I don't even remember. But it was a good back and forth promo wise, and it feels like this is like the fire that's been missing from Cody Rhodes. Don't really feel like he had it in all the stuff leading up with Roman Reigns and The Rock and WrestleMania, but excuse me, for some reason, AJ Styles has been able to bring out this side of Cody Rhodes that no one else has ever been able to do. Also, I mean, there's so many points. As I would write down notes watching the show, so much stuff comes out about the fans. You know, I remember AJ Styles trying to do his promo in the face-off, and you couldn't even hear him because the crowd was just going so nuts, just chanting Cody Rhodes' name or just doing some other chants. You know, like they're just drowning out. They were drowning out the microphone of AJ Styles. But yeah, man, like I say, I think the friends gonna be a recurring topic in today's show. Just like I say, just how hyped they were. As we move on, we get to me, something that stood out is Queen Nia. She won the Queen in the Ring, and I wanted a bigger, like extravagant, like coronation for Nia Jax, and didn't get that. Put the crown on. Like I want the King Booker like character for like Nia Jax, just completely like just over the top, just milking this whole Queen of the Ring thing, and so far we haven't got that. Like I said, we got Tiffany Stratton kind of starting to want to link up with Nia Jax, and maybe they form some duo, and then probably split and have a rivalry or whatever. But like I said, man, I wanted Nia Jax to just be completely over the top of the Queen of the Ring thing. How you feeling about Nia Jax as Queen of the Ring? Do you think it's okay for them not to really play into it, or would you rather them play into it more? Let me know. Get to Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is, right now I feel like he has great matches, but he's just been losing. And so it's like, man, y'all brought him up from NXT. Maybe this is the whole like paying your dues on the main roster. Like you gotta lose a bunch of matches and put people over because you're new and you're new talent. But it's like he had hype and he was a top draft pick for SmackDown. Only should just be in losing matches and rivalries weekend. I think the only person he beat was Baron Corbin since he's been on the main roster, and that was it. Like nothing else. So I need more from Carmelo Hayes. Or someone starts saying he's mid him. Then we get into the Bloodline 2.0. This week was one of the first weeks that I felt like I seen them a different personality in them. Like they upped it a little bit. And they attacked the Street Profits backstage, took them out. Then, because it was supposed to be a match between Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa. And then, like, they're having a match. Solo Sikoa ended up winning, and this is what was needed for him. And, that's cool because, like, a person like Kevin Owens, he solidified, he can take losses. It don't really hurt him, character, I feel like. In the building up 2.0, like, the Bloodline, to me, can't take any losses right now because they're building up to something. Like, you try to show that they're a dominant force, that they're scary or whatever, like they're unstoppable, so they can't take any losses. So for Solo to win, that was good for him. And then you see more of like that. I don't even call them hyenas because I want them to be a little more vicious than that. But it was like a hyena type of like mentality out there where both of the Tongas were attacking Kevin Owens, but pushing each other off of Kevin Owens just to get to him more. Like they just couldn't. They just was just being selfish, but they wanted to attack him, like feast on him in a sense. And so Randy Orton came out, even with the score, which is still weird. But now that answers my question about where Randy Orton was. Like he's back now, so he's back with Kevin Owens, and they're back as a team. And then sure enough, they're probably gonna team up and try to take out the Bloodline some more. But hopefully, it doesn't go as planned. So all in all, SmackDown was to me a pretty good go home show. Leading up to Clash at the Castle. We get in Clash at the Castle. First match of the night is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the Phenomenal One AJ Styles. And that was in an I Quit match, by the way. And just like the match at Backlash, another great match, right? I felt like even though they tried to had like a little story twist to it, the match speaks for itself. Like it is one of the matches that don't really need a story to it, even though I think a lot of us are disappointed that Cody Rhodes doesn't have a great story, but his story at the time centered around Roman Reigns, so he isn't he isn't chasing anymore, so like he beat that story, he finished the story. So now it's trying to find someone else for him to be the focal point of someone's story. But I think like making him the focal point of other people's story, he isn't that type of character right now that is, to me, interesting enough to be the focal point of someone's story. He's better as someone else being his focal point, But the match, I say, was great back and forth. And I feel like in this match, this was the Cody Rhodes that I wanted to see versus The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Like, just that, like, just fire, that intensity, the anger that he had. Like, Rock whipped him in Chicago, made him bleed, and he didn't even get his lick back, at WrestleMania. Granted, Rock didn't take any bumps and stuff like that, but in this I Quit match, like it seemed like he was more upset that AJ Styles had tricked him into thinking that he was going to quit or retire versus what The Rock had did to him. There was a viciousness in Cody Rhodes at Castle that I feel like we haven't seen yet in WWE, and that's what was needed. Like I said, I wish this was the version of Cody Rhodes that we had got from WrestleMania. Like I said, all in all, it was a great match back and forth. There were spots in the match where I thought like didn't really make sense. Like AJ Styles really like trying to take time and like focus on Mama Rhodes, and I feel like it took away from the match and slowed it down. And then I miss when Cody Rhodes was able to get the handcuffs in front of him versus when he was cuffed behind him. Things like that, like I feel like it took away and really didn't get to see the effects of him being upset that AJ Styles was like antagonizing his moms. But maybe that is what set him off. But it didn't set him off when he versus The Rock for some reason. But like I say, all in all, great match. Match ends, Cody Rhodes victorious, what you expect. Nothing to is like, I don't want to say that he's burying people because he's not doing that. I don't know how many matches we're going to see where they run him back and that person, the challenger, loses 2 times in a row. Like, excuse me, I don't think we can keep seeing that. Like, at some point, it's going to be, and we can't just have one-offs, right, either. Some people might get one-offs, but we know we're going to get a program between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes at some point. And it can't be Orton losing 2 times in a row like that. Like, I think that's just going to really get boring if we keep seeing that. It happened with AJ Styles. I mean, he beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a row. Passed out against Brock Lesnar, but all in all, still beat Brock Lesnar like 2 times in a row in a sense, So I just don't want that from Cody Rhodes. Like, it gotta, I don't know if I want the title to be changed hands and switching back and forth or something, but this thing where I just hope it's not a thing where he's running back to back and beating dude 2 times in a row. Like, I'm not a fan of that. So anyway, Cody Rhodes wins. He's celebrating and whatnot. Bloodline comes out. What? Surprisingly, attacks Cody Rhodes. No, actually was surprised that they did that. And because I didn't expect them to jump so quick to this part of the story. With Cody Rhodes, like, maybe this is all a setup for Roman Reigns to come back sooner, But in trying to include Cody Rhodes into the mix. But I would like to see, as I'm about to skip a little bit mention about Money in the Bank. Sami Zayn was my person to win Money in the Bank just because it was in Canada or whatnot. I thought he would be the perfect person to win Money in the Bank, but right now he's tied up with the Intercontinental Championship, so that's not going to happen. So how about somebody for Bloodline winning the Money in the Bank Championship, and Cody Rhodes is the target. Well, obviously he's gonna be the target, and we set up some more stuff with Roman Reigns coming back and the Rock Posse coming back and all this Bloodline stuff, and seeing one of the members of the Bloodline give the briefcase to either The Rock or Roman Reigns. They challenge Cody Rhodes, but we'll see. But that was great to see again too. Like I say, I don't know if that's my match of the night. It's a toss up between that title match, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, and Drew McIntyre versus Damon Priest. I liked how the flow of the pay-per-view PLE went. Like it was quick. It didn't feel like it was dragged out, anything like that. Like we had fast matches, and I mean it moved fast, right? But we get into the next match, triple that tag team match, which is probably the most surprising match of the night for a lot of us. Is we had Zoe Starks, Shayna Baszler versus Alba Fire, Isla Dawn versus Bianca and Jade for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And parts of the match was great. Parts of the match was horrible. It was like botch city out there. Maybe the ropes was slippery. Maybe the mat was slippery. I don't know, man. Maybe there's other different things that play in the fact, but there was certain strats of the match that were just tough for me to watch, and maybe that's just the growing pains of just the wrestling. It happens. Everything can't be perfect. And like I say, it wasn't just in that match. Things weren't going as well as planned or whatever. We saw in other matches, too. But I ain't gonna say it was a good match. It was a solid match. I say it like the shocker to me, because I definitely did not pick the Unholy Union winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. One thing, because who really wins in their hometown, in their home country? No one. Are you at home? You definitely losing. And so I was surprised that they was able to win. And it's like, now, what's next for the Tag Team Championships? I thought by putting the tag team titles on Jade and Bianca was going to help elevate them, and they was able to do more with them and push them. Not saying that the Unholy Union can't do that. I just thought that Jade and Bianca had a different star power than they do. But once again, like, it is great to see people ascend to that level, especially in front of their home crowd. Like them to win, you can see that the emotion that was involved out there. The fans, the crowd reacted to them, pouring their energy into them and stuff like that. So they was just having that moment. I think that was a moment that it was deserved, especially with some other circumstances that was going on with one of the members. So great to see them. Kudos to them. Hats off to them. It's just seeing like what's next with the tag team championships. How long will they remain tag team champions until, and maybe let's do it. Let's run it for a month. Hold it for a month. They run it back every Money in the Bank. Maybe Jade and Bianca win them back. Maybe this sets up the split. We get a Jade and Bianca feud at SummerSlam. Maybe they try to push it quicker, but based off what I saw at Castle, I don't want to see Jade and Bianca now. We need to work with some stuff and polish some stuff up, and then later on, maybe WrestleMania. Let's try to push it to WrestleMania and get everything going. But we'll see, man. I know you guys got some stuff to say about this Women's Tag Team Championship match. Let me know. Comment below. Next, we get to the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Once again, crowd still going nuts, for Sami Zayn, booing Chad Gable. We had Otis and Maxine come out there. to be in Chad Gable's corner. Another great back and forth wrestling match. I said, you know what? A lot of these matches was good when I go back and look at them. These are a lot of good matches, except for the tag team championship match. But Cody and AJ, Chad and Sammy, good match. A lot of conflict, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what Maxine's going to do. The title, Chad Gable trying to set them up to help interfere to help them win, and they're conflicted. They don't want to cheat. They want to. They're torn. They're torn between trying to be loyal to Chad Gable and also trying to do what's morally right, And so that storyline there is good to see. But I think it's time to pull the trigger on Otis part of it, There's only so much that I want to see him struggle with the idea of what to do week after week after week, Like, I feel like it's been close to like 2 months, and Otis has been struggling, and it's like, it's time to, trying to figure out what you're going to do, Otis. But during the course of the match, like I say, back and forth, I was just assuming that the Creed brothers were going to interfere and come out and help Chad Gable win. But no, they didn't pop up. Otis didn't help Chad Gable win. I thought it was time for Chad Gable to win him a title. Didn't happen, Through the course of Chad Gable not paying attention, yelling at Otis and Maxine after Maxine had inadvertently got hurt again. Otis decided to carry it away. Chad Gable took his eye off the ball, and when he turned back around to catch the ball, caught a hoodoo kick instead. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, still Sami Zayn and the Intercontinental Champion. This makes me believe that it doesn't look promising for Chad Gable to win a championship, a singles championship, I can't imagine them running it back again at Money in the Bank. There would be no need to. Even though it wasn't a completely clean victory, but Sami Zayn still won, and without doing anything, malicious and like that. Maybe SummerSlam. Maybe we skip this. The program still runs in a way, and we get to SummerSlam, and maybe we get another triple threat match or something like that. I feel like at some point Chad Gable has to become an Intercontinental Champion. I think he deserves it. I just don't know when they're gonna pull the trigger on it, but we'll see. After that we get to Piper Niven versus Bayley for the championship, for the WWE Championship, Women's Championship. Once again, Piper Niven, one of the home country's favorites, out back in her country. And getting the proper tick that I think she deserves to get. But I wish it just wasn't for like the sake, cause like, oh, you're at home, so hey, let me put you in a championship match. Like, I think she is disturbingly of a championship match, no matter where she's at, right? Hopefully that just isn't just a one-off, because it was in Scotland and they can do a little bit more with it. But you got Chelsea Green out there doing Chelsea Green stuff, being highly entertaining as always. Getting kicked out, then coming back with a Rey Mysterio mask on, trying to interfere. Still didn't help out Piper Niven. Pretty solid match, Piper doing I think it was called a Piper Driver. Bayley winning with the crucifix driver, definitely different. You see Piper helped out with that. I feel like I need more. I want a character change from Bayley. Like maybe it's the music. I thought we was gonna get Hooker Bayley back, or we can at least get the wacky inflatable waving arm dudes at WrestleMania. But maybe that character is completely gone or whatever, dead. I don't know. I need something else from Bayley. Like I need something a little more charismatic from her going forward. But it was an okay match for me. But Bayley wins, and we see where we're going to go after that. We know we got Nia Jax waiting in the wings at SummerSlam, the challenge whoever the champion might be. I think we're going to get Tiffany Stratton winning Money in the Bank. She should win Money in the Bank. If nothing else crazy happens social media wise for her, but then that'd be interesting to see. But I could see a match between Queen Nia versus Bayley at SummerSlam with potential Tiffany Stratton cashing in, still in the the heights of the century for the women's division. But yeah, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about Chad Gable not winning? Is he going to win a championship? Let me know. What do you feel about Piper Niven versus Bayley? Should they do it back? Should they run that back again, or should it be? So is it time for Bayley to find someone else to challenge? Let me know. We get into the last match of the night. No, I'm not gonna get to the last match of the night. I'm gonna get them Super Kicks of the week. So my Super Kicks of the week came down between two guys. So for Monday Night Raw, it was Damien Priest. He had some Jordan 4s on. Jordan 14s, black and white ones on. And then on the SmackDown, we had Austin Theory with the Jordan 1 Pollins. Two completely different shoes, different colorways, different style shoe. Can't go on with Jordan 1s, But I do like the 14s too as well. So I'm gonna put up the 14s here. I'm gonna put the ones afterwards. I'm gonna put them and then put them both together. What did you guys pick? I'm gonna let you guys pick. Who had the better sneakers? Who had the better super kick? Who had the better super kicks of the week? Was it Damien Priest with these Jordan 14s? Or was it Austin Theory with these Jordan 1s? Let me know. Comment below. I need you guys to pick. You guys can pick this week. Now we'll get into the last match of Clash at the Castle. And for me, I was like, man, I knew this whole time that they was downplaying CM Punk. Not really him, not making any appearances in the last couple of weeks on Monday Night Raw. Was trying to, make us forget about him. And they was really trying to just focus in on Drew McIntyre and Damien Priest, which was good. Damien Priest would do good in promos. I wouldn't say he was on and off. I think sometimes he would have a better night than others. But sometimes Drew McIntyre, I think, is obviously just better than him on the microphone in general. And sometimes that showed. But I think Damien Priest was able to, carry his on in this this back and forth with Drew McIntyre. Didn't know what to really expect out of this match. I was going with the idea that Drew McIntyre wasn't going to lose in the beginning. That he was going to lose in the beginning. Just because then Damien Priest would truly be a transitional champion, a paper champion. Only having one defense and then losing it the very next time, But then as they get to Scotland, I'm like, man, Glasgow, Scotland, Drew McIntyre, you got all these people here. And I was like, man, he lost last year at Clash of the Castle, which isn't Scotland, but still is hometown, home country or whatever, in a sense. Still UK overseas, so it's still, his spot. I'm like, man, he ain't gonna lose 2 times in a row, right? But then I'm like, man, then you have Gunther waiting in the wings, and I'm like, man, I also felt like that they're gonna eventually make Damien Priest a face, so that would make sense for him to fight Gunther and lose to Gunther at SummerSlam. So, but then, like I said, when I got to him, Drew McIntyre here, I'm like, man, seeing the energy, and I'm like, they gonna have to give the people one, right? But then they gave their Hun Union the tag team championships. They won. I'm suddenly like, man, Drew McIntyre kind of has to win, right? He would be a real great world champion. I don't want to say he's gonna be better than Damien Priest, but I think so. He would have been better than he could have been better than Damien Priest as world champion. Just because he's just a better talker, So, but we get to the match, and I'm like, no Judgment Day. But I still know that CM Punk has to pop up, right? He has to pop up. I don't know when he's gonna pop up or how he's gonna pop up, but he has to pop up, right? Match go back and forth. It starts off great. you can see that Drew McIntyre has the strength advantage over Damian Priest, but it's entertaining. Damian Priest get his ankle twisted up into the top rope, and I'm like, man, like it looks bad. We don't know if he's really injured or not. If he hyperextended his knee, if he broke his ankle, he twisted his ankle, ripped his calf, hamstring, or something like that. Like, we don't know, but we're just like, man, like, it just looks crazy. But he's able to push through it. All credit to Damian Priest, man. Like, if he was truly injured, like, yo, like, say hats off to you, man, for like really like pushing through and still being able to have a real entertaining match, back and forth. We get to the point like, yo, we get I saw for heaven, and Drew McIntyre kicks out. We go back and forth. We get a Claymore kick, and Damian Priest kicks out, and we're like, what? Like, oh, like, I felt like when Drew McIntyre kicked out that saw for heaven, I'm like, all right, this is like, hey, he gonna win, especially no Judgment Day. And I just still thought that the Judgment Day are gonna find some way to come out, in a sense, to still interfere, but they didn't, which was good. So it was still like, this was needed for Damian Priest to really showcase that he, excuse me, is a valuable world champion. That he can hold his own. So out there with no Judgment Day, going against Drew McIntyre, back and forth, and then I'm like, at some point something crazy something crazy is gonna happen, and the referee, they kind of hinted at it earlier. Where, oh man, I'm like, man, the referee gonna get hit and get knocked out, and sure enough, that's what ended up happening. Referee dives out of the ring, hurts his knee somehow, gets back in, get knocked out. Drew McIntyre hits Damian Priest with a Claymore, begging for a referee to come down. And the camera angle switches. You see a referee slide in the ring, counts to hit the 1, hit the 2, and then stops. And then the camera switches, and you see that it's CM Punk. And he came out, he flew all the way to Scotland just to screw over Drew McIntyre, which was amazing. And kicking Drew McIntyre in the nuts. We get another South of Heaven from Damian Priest. And 1, 2, 3. And still your World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. CM Punk has screwed over Drew McIntyre in his home country. And like, it was amazing. Like, it was a great finish to the match. I meant to point out, like, I'm just going off the top. I'm missing my notes or whatever, but Drew McIntyre out there in Scotland screwed over Drew McIntyre, who is a god in Scotland, Glasgow, right? Screwed him over. Just don't. Sure enough, like, if Drew McIntyre was gonna lose, the whole place was just gonna riot and it was gonna burn the place down. But they didn't. Luckily, Puerto Rican Diesel was able to to pull out the victory. Had a great post press conference afterwards. I love the energy, the arrogance, and what he's saying. The confidence. And like, yo, this really did help solidify his championship. His championship reign. Right now is World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk interfering. Great for the storyline. Like, it's been amazing that these two has been able to have like a hot storyline back and forth with Punk being injured. Even the time where Drew was kind of hurt, just back and forth, like being able to carry a program through injury, and still being entertaining has been dope. Seems like Punk is pretty close to being cleared medically. So who knows if we get that match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank. Maybe we get it at SummerSlam. I hope we get it at SummerSlam. But yeah, man, like, what did you guys think about the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys predict that CM Punk was going to interfere. Did you like the interference? Let me know. Comment below. But I say, man, all in all, Clash at the Castle, really great. PLE, a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. There were the highs, the high parts of it was high, the low parts low, the mid parts still kind of high. Honestly, like, so there are like some stuff you can say, oh man, that was trash, and things you can be nitpicky about, but there were things about Clash of the Castle that was great, and better than Backlash, match wise. But the energy wise, the crowd brought the energy, which was cool. I have no real complaints about Clash at the Castle, honestly. It says there's stuff that needs to be worked on, like Jade Cargill and stuff like that. But I feel like they'll get it together. I'm not doubtful about it. But like I say, man, let me know what you guys thought about Clash at the Castle. Are you looking forward to Monday? Monday with Uncle Hottie, and they supposed to debut. Who is the first victim? For the YS6, whatever it's gonna be called. And that's where we all just assuming they be called the YS6. I don't know what their actual official name is gonna be. But yeah, we got that Monday to look forward to. You guys watching, dads out there, happy Father's Day. Have a great day. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, check out my latest What If, who was Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. Check that out. Let me know about my artwork back here. Make sure you pick who should be the superstar with the Superkicks of the week. Let me know that too. And until next time, adios. Peace.